Good evening, and welcome to America's Choice 2020. I'm Rose Poro, and tonight we have two very distinct candidates representing opposing parties. First, the challenger. From the state of California, current incumbent Senator Kamala Harris. And on the Republican side, the incumbent president of the United States from the state of Florida, Donald Trump. After months of fierce campaigning, of advertisements, conventions, it all comes down to this. It is now time for the 7 p.m. poll closings. 6 states are currently closing their polls. The states of Virginia, Indiana, South Carolina, the hotly contested state of Georgia, Kentucky, and Vermont. And now states we can currently make projections in. In the state of Vermont, it's 3 electoral votes. They will go easily to Senator Kamala Harris. And now moving on to the Republican wins. In the state of Indiana and its 11 electoral votes, the vice president's home state, they will go easily to Donald Trump. In the state of Kentucky and its 8 electoral votes, with 12% of the precincts reporting, they will go to President Donald Trump. In the state of South Carolina and its 9 electoral votes, they will go to Donald Trump. And now states we can currently not make projections in. In the state of Virginia and its 13 electoral votes, we can currently say that Kamala Harris has the lead, but it is currently too close to call with 32% of the precincts reporting. Again, Virginia has voted Democrat in the last 3 elections, and the president is currently looking to flip the state. And in the state of Georgia and its 16 electoral votes with 16% of the precincts reporting, we can currently say it is too early to call with Kamala Harris with a 6-point lead. And now the current electoral map. The president is currently leading with 28 electoral votes to Senator Kamala Harris's 3 electoral votes. The states in dark blue are states that have been won by Senator Kamala Harris. The states in light blue or sky blue are states that she is currently leading in. The states in dark red are states that the president has won, and the states that are in pink or light red are states that he is currently leading in. These states will currently change as time goes by, as more results come in. And it is now time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. 3 states are closing their polls: the states of West Virginia and the 2 hotly contested states of Ohio and North Carolina. And in the mountaineer state of West Virginia, 5 electoral votes, we can say that the president will easily win this state, as he did in 2016, the state that voted most heavily for him. And in the Buckeye state of Ohio, in its 18 electoral votes, it is currently too early to call with 32% of the precincts reporting, currently with Kamala Harris in a 9-point lead. And in the state of North Carolina, the Tar Heel state, we currently do not have a projection. With around half of the vote in, it is a dead heat between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, with 49% of the vote going for each other. This will go down to the break. And now currently our updated electoral map: 33 electoral votes for the president to Kamala Harris's 3. And now it is time for the 8 p.m. poll closings. We have a multitude of states closing their polls, ranging from New England all the way down to the south. Now currently starting with Kamala Harris's wins. In the state of Illinois and its 20 electoral votes, they will go to Kamala Harris. In the state of Delaware, 3 electoral votes, Joe Biden's home state, they will go to Kamala Harris. In the state of Connecticut and its 7 electoral votes, 27% of the precincts reporting, we can now say that Kamala Harris has won that state. And in the District of Columbia, 3 electoral votes, we can now say that Kamala Harris will easily win those 3 electoral votes. In the state of Rhode Island, no surprise, 4 electoral votes into her column. The state of New Jersey, 14 electoral votes. With 2/3 of the votes in, we can now say that Kamala Harris will win that state. In the state of Maryland, 10 electoral votes, we can now say that she will win that state heavily. The state of Massachusetts, it's 11 electoral votes, one of the most liberal states in the nation. We can now say that Kamala Harris has won those 11 electoral votes. And now currently in the state of Maine. Maine is special because it splits its congressional votes, its electoral votes by congressional district. So as of now, we can only project that Kamala Harris has won 3 out of the 4 electoral votes in the state of Maine. With 28% of the precincts reporting, we cannot yet make a projection in the 2nd congressional district. And now states that the president has won. In the state of Tennessee, 11 electoral votes. We can now say that the president has easily won those 11 electoral votes. Same thing goes with 6 electoral votes in the state of Mississippi. 6 electoral votes will easily go to the president, along with the state of Oklahoma, the Sooner state. We can now say that the president will easily win these 7 electoral votes. The state of Missouri, We can now say also that the president, Donald Trump, will win these 10 electoral votes. In the state of Alabama, 14 electoral votes. They will go to the president. Now currently states we cannot make a projection in. In the state of Pennsylvania, hotly contested, a state that the president won in 2016 that helped him win the presidency. It is currently too early to call, with Donald Trump currently with a 2-point lead, 50 to 48, with 32% of the precincts reporting. In the state of New Hampshire, in its 4 electoral votes, we can currently not make a projection as it is too early to call, with Kamala Harris in a 14-point lead. In the state of Florida, the Gator state, 51 to 48 in favor of Kamala Harris, is currently too close to call. 29 electoral votes up for grabs, Donald Trump's home state. And now one congressional district we were talking about in Maine. It is currently too early to call, with 1 electoral vote only up for grabs. Excuse me for that graphic, it is not 83%, it is actually 23% in reporting. Now our current electoral map. Kamala Harris currently has the lead with 78 electoral votes to the president's 76. And now we have one poll closing at 8:30 p.m., which is the state of Arkansas, and it's 6 electoral votes. No surprise, will go to Donald Trump. Now our updated electoral map. Donald Trump regains the lead, 82 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 78. And it is now time for the 9 p.m. poll closings. A plethora of states have now closed their polls, ranging from New York in New England all the way to the Midwest, and in the West in Arizona. And now states that we can project that the president has won. In the state of Wyoming, 3 electoral votes, with 28% of the precincts reporting, no surprise, we can say that the president has won this state. In the state of Kansas, the Jayhawk state, 6 electoral votes, we can say that Donald Trump has won. In the state of Texas, 38 electoral votes, a state that many people thought would be contested in this election, has now been called for the president, 38 electoral votes, the second biggest state in the country. In the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes will go to Donald Trump. In the state of North Dakota, goes for Donald Trump. And as North Dakota goes, so does South Dakota, with 3 electoral votes and 13% of the precincts reporting. You can say that Donald Trump will win these states easily. And now Nebraska, the second state that splits its congressional votes accordingly. We can now say that all 5 of its electoral votes, surprisingly, will go to the president. And now in the state of New York, Senator Kamala Harris has won the state of New York in its 29 electoral votes, the Empire State, no surprise here. And in the state of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes. With more than 2/3 of the votes reporting, we can now say that Kamala Harris has won the state of New Mexico. And now states we cannot make projections in currently. The state of Arizona, 11 electoral votes. With 2/3 of the precincts reporting, we can now say that it is too close to call, with Kamala Harris in a 5-point lead. In the state of Colorado, the Buffalo state, Kamala Harris currently has a 1-point lead, and it is currently too close to call. And in the state of Michigan, the Wolverine state, the state that President Donald Trump needs to win if he wants to win re-election, that he did win in 2016, it's currently too close to call, with Kamala Harris in a 6-point lead. In the state of Wisconsin, the Badger state, it is currently too close to call, with Donald Trump in a 1-point lead. This was the tipping point state in 2016 that gave Donald Trump his 2016 electoral college victory. In the state of Minnesota, a state that has gotten recently more and more competitive in a few last weeks leading up to the election. Currently, Kamala Harris has a 5-point lead, with 82% of the precincts reporting. And now our current electoral map. The president has retaken the lead with 148 electoral votes in favor against Kamala Harris's 112. And now we have 4 states closing their polls at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. States of Iowa, Utah, Nevada, and Montana. And in the state of Montana, 3 electoral votes, no surprise, they will go to President Donald Trump. In the state of Utah, and its 6 electoral votes, they will go to President Donald Trump. In the state of Iowa, it's 6 electoral votes. Currently in the lead is Donald Trump by 2 percentage points, but it is currently too close to call. And in the state of Nevada, 6 electoral votes. It is currently too early to call, with 8 electoral votes, with 8 points, separating Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. And now we can project that the state of New Hampshire, with 4 electoral votes, with 92% of the precincts reporting, which did close at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, excuse me for that graphic error, we can now say that Kamala Harris has won the state of New Hampshire. This is a surprise as it is barely being called at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, while in 2016 it took until the next day to call it. So this is definitely a surprise. Now currently the electoral map, 157 in favor for the president to 116 electoral votes for Kamala Harris. And it is now time for the 11 p.m. poll closings. 5 states are closing their polls. States of California, the biggest state in the country, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Hawaii. And in the state of Idaho, 4 electoral votes will go to President Donald Trump. And now we can make a projection from a state that closes polls prior. In the state of Georgia, and its 16 electoral votes, with almost 90% of the precincts reporting, we can say that Donald Trump will win that state and will hold on to its 16 electoral votes. And now states as Kamala Harris has won. In the state of California, and its 55 electoral votes, we can easily say the biggest state in the nation will go to Kamala Harris. In the state of Oregon, the Duck state, its 7 electoral votes will go to Kamala Harris. And now in the state of Washington, 12 electoral votes, 13% of the precincts are reporting. We can say that Kamala Harris has won that state. And now in the state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes, 13% of the precincts reporting will go to Kamala Harris. And now the current electoral map, Kamala Harris has now taken the lead with 194 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 177. And now we can make projections in 3 states at 11:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time: the state of Michigan, the states of Michigan, Nevada, and Arizona. In the state of Nevada, in its 6 electoral votes, 81% of the precincts reporting, we can now say that Kamala Harris has held on to those 6 states. A huge win for the Democrats, the state that the president was trying to pick up in this election, but as we see now, he will not be able to do so. And in the state of Michigan, a big state up for grabs, we can now say that Kamala Harris has regained the state of Michigan and is trying to re-solidify that blue wall that was broken in 2016. She's gone and won one of those states back, 16 electoral votes in the state of Michigan, with 93% of the precincts reporting. We can say that Kamala Harris has won that state. And in the state of Arizona, it's 11 electoral votes, with 85% of the precincts reporting. We can say that Donald Trump has won that state. And now the current electoral map. Kamala Harris has 216 electoral votes to the president's 188. Now we have projections in 4 states at 11:36 p.m. The states of North Carolina, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Colorado. And in the state of Colorado, the Buffalo state, with 93% of the precincts reporting, we can say that Kamala Harris has won its 9 electoral votes. In the state of Iowa, the Hawkeye state, we can now say that Donald Trump will win those 6 electoral votes, holding on to those 6 electoral votes that he won in 2016. And in the state of Wisconsin, the Badger state, another pickup for the Democrats, another pickup for Kamala Harris, with 93% of the precincts reporting. We can now say that Kamala Harris has won back the state of Wisconsin and its 10 electoral votes. A huge hit for the Trump campaign, a huge victory for the Harris campaign. And now in the state of North Carolina, 15 electoral votes, with 99% of the precincts reporting. We can say that Donald Trump has held on to win that state. A huge loss if it would have been if he had lost the state, and a huge victory for the Harris campaign. But as of now, Donald Trump is still in a running for president. And now the current updated electoral map. Kamala Harris has 235 electoral votes, only 35 electoral votes away from 270 needed to win the presidency. And Donald Trump with 209, 61 away from 270 he needs to become re-elected president. And it is now time. We now have projections at 12:16 a.m. We have the states of Ohio, Virginia, and Minnesota. In the state of Ohio, in its 18 electoral votes, the Buckeye state, a huge state that the president needed to regain, we can now say that with 92% of the precincts reporting, Donald Trump will regain that state, will win that state once again. In the state of Minnesota, in its 10 electoral votes, with 97% of the precincts reporting, very close margin here, only by 1 percentage point, we can now say that Kamala Harris has won that state. And in the state of Virginia, 13 electoral votes, with 93% of the precincts reporting, we can say that Kamala Harris has won the state of Virginia. And now the current updated electoral map. 258 electoral votes in favor for Kamala Harris, and 227 in favor for President Donald Trump. As you guys can see, it is clear now that the election will come down to the state of Pennsylvania. And we can now make a projection in the state of Pennsylvania and in the 2nd Congressional District of Maine. We can now project that 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we can now project that Senator Kamala Harris has been elected the 46th President of the United States. She defeats Donald Trump by winning the state of Pennsylvania and its 20 electoral votes by a slim margin with 95% of the precinct reporting. We can now say that Kamala Harris has re-solidified the blue wall that the Democrats lost in 2016, and she has won the White House. We can also say now that the president has won the 3 electoral votes in the state of Alaska. And we can also say that in the 1 congressional district in Maine, he has won that congressional district. And now our current updated electoral map, the only state yet to be called, is the state of Florida with 278 electoral votes in favor of Kamala Harris to 231 in favor of Donald Trump. And now our final state to be called, the state of Florida, at 3:43 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we can now project with 99% of the precincts reporting. Although it is too little too late, we can now say that Donald Trump will win his home state of Florida with its 29 electoral votes. A state that he was hoping to win and that he needed to win if he wanted a chance at re-election. And although he has won it, it is just too little too late. And here's our final electoral map. Kamala Harris has been elected the 46th President of the United States, the first ever woman president in the United States, with 278 electoral votes to the president's 260. And that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Sorry if there was a bit of lag at the end of the video. I don't know what was happening. But yeah, also I'd like to apologize just for the lack of videos that I've been posting. School started for me, so I've been trying to focus on that, but I'll try to get active again, and hopefully we'll have more videos coming in the next week. So again, hope you guys can like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys can just comment any suggestions as well. And thank you if you guys stayed to the end. I'll catch you in the next one.